Hey guys, welcome to Winners on a Wednesday. This week we have Chris and Emma, and we're going to be introducing them on now and hearing a little bit about their stories. So welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So you just a little bit of a nutshell. I know you're an IT consultant.
Yeah.
You run your own street food business.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have been deciding where to invest, how to get a safety net and financial security. You've decided property. It's going pretty well so far.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your 2 deals that you've done.
Thanks very much. Yeah.
So why don't you give us a little bit of background about why property?
Well, I'm a contractor, and in IT, got to a point in my career where I just didn't really feel like there could be anything else, and I was just kind of searching for that next challenge. And then I happened across Robert Kiyosaki on YouTube.
So when you say you were searching for your next challenge, what did you type in YouTube? Did you type
what
were you looking for?
I can't remember. You know, I literally just like having a browse around.
Yeah, because there's so many IT consultants that are on the academy.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. It's just. But anyway, continue. I'm really interested.
Yeah, we were looking at Robert Kiyosaki, and then your video was just next to it, and I was like, this guy looks young. He looks interesting. I'll click on that.
Yeah,
and that was early in June or something like that, and loved all your videos, and then kind of went on a different education path, but it's not kind of what I thought it was. And then one of my friends, Scott, he was like, we need to go to this crash course. Oh no, I booked on the crash course, sorry. And then Scott was like, I really want to come too. So I was like, yes, let's go do it. Let's go do it. This guy is awesome. He's got so much great energy, and came to this crash course. And the amount of free information you gave away on those 2 days just blew us away, and I was just like, this guy's amazing. We need to continue this.
Oh, I really appreciate that. We try our best.
Yeah.
And so after the crash course, because how long have you guys been together? I know you met on a boat.
2.5 years now.
Oh, so it's almost 3 years now.
So what did you think then when Chris told you that he was going on this crash course? What were you thinking?
I just thought he was mad, because I thought you saved up all your life to buy one house. I didn't understand all these different avenues, so I just let him get on with it.
Yeah.
And then, he was just absolutely buzzing from it. And then he signed me up to the academy. I watched some of your videos and loved the energy and, your young approach to it.
Yes.
So really the same as Chris.
Yeah, because you came down to your first academy meet last week, didn't you?
Tuesday, yeah.
At the Leeds Generation.
I loved it.
Tell us about what happened.
Oh my God, it was. I do a lot of meetings with the contracting, so it was kind of nice to see other people and things like that. But then you were surprised by a question, weren't you? And it was just blew you away.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, because you asked me a question, didn't you? I remember. Was it you guys who asked me?
You was that, yeah.
We spoke, didn't we, at the LGM about? Was it you guys? Anyway.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, sorry, yeah. It was.
About how to get more deals.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you chose property. You wanted to go on a new challenge, and you came down to the crash course. I know you looked at other avenues, Chris. You were looking at different business ideas, stocks and shares and things. What was it that made property feel like the most safest and securest way to invest your money?
Literally, just everything made sense. You put your money in, and you have an asset that then you live off instead of having liabilities. Because I always thought you put your money into a house and you need to get a mortgage, and that's a way of saving up some money. But then Robert Kiyosaki's a liability, and it's really that cash flow quadrant that really made me think, okay, yeah, this is the way to go. It seems to just absolutely make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about the 2 deals that you've secured and how much profit you're expecting to get from them, and also how much money you put down.
So the first one, it's a 2-bed apartment in Liverpool, and it's it should make about £1.5 grand every month on cash flow.
And that's profit, right?
Yeah, that's profit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, I know you do very well as in your business and as an IT consultant, but £1,500 clean profit a month, that's life-changing.
Yeah,
and that's every month. That's passive.
Yeah,
that's just
and
one,
our numbers are based on January, which is a quiet time of the year anyway. So maybe even better.
Because I know you're quite conservative in your approach. You did a lot of number crunching before the property. So how much money did you put into that deal? Because in fact, no, before you answer that question, I know you had a pot of money.
Yeah.
You know, you're earning very good money as an IT consultant.
Yeah.
You have a pot of money, not humongous, but certainly enough to buy 1 or 2 properties.
Yeah.
And you had a property, a buy-to-let going through, which you chose to pull out of it.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to invest it in property. Instead, you chose to invest it into a serviced accommodation business.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what was the reasoning behind that?
I had a chunk of money, but when you're putting it into property, that chunk, you know, disappears very fast, and a few problems here and there, and you know, can really, you know, eat into that. So I was like, well, I need another sort of form of investing into property. I've got my business, the IT consultancy business, have and the street food business. Putting money into those properties, but really, if we could get something else going, we could make that even faster.
Yeah.
So decided to split that money up into smaller chunks and to put into separate deals, rent to rent wise. So we
Rent2Serviced Accommodation, which is what you've done.
Yeah.
And what's your target? How much money do you want to be making by the time you finish the academy? How much profit per year are you hoping to be making?
Well, to completely just about £150,000.
Sure, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
£150,000 per year, every year.
Yeah.
Pretty much passive.
Yeah.
That's the dream, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. So that might be a combination of these Rent2SAs and also putting the money into, you know, like buy-to-lets and HMOs and things like that. But yeah, that's the ultimate goal. Yeah.
So your second property. Rent2Serviced Accommodation.
Yeah.
How much is that making?
So that will be making about £1,000, maybe a little bit more. That one's a lot quicker to set up. That one's more of that sort of ideal serviced accommodation that you teach on your course.
Yeah.
Where it's pretty much good to go straight away.
Yeah.
So we've hardly had to do anything to that one. We just bought a TV, some plants and things like that.
And you're going to that property tonight, aren't you, as well?
Yeah.
So
tonight,
how full on are you at the moment in property? Is it very much hands-on at the moment?
Every spare second we get, I wake up, I'm like on my phone, making a to-do list for the morning, setting my day out, and then I'm off literally in my breaks.
Waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah. But I think you've got to be like that, because if you've got a big goal, if you want to be making £150,000 cash, you know, clean profit every year, you've got to put a lot of work in to get that. It doesn't happen by accident.
Yeah, and we both love it. We're having a great time, so it's
nice
enjoyable.
To do together as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you live and breathe property and you absolutely love it, it might be a few months or a few years, but at some point you'll then be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want.
That's the idea.
Because you've
really.
Absolutely. And I mean, the fact that you've already in such a short amount of time. I mean, when did you join the academy?
Just was it almost that
4 weeks?
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
So 4 weeks, and you've got these two deals. I mean, I know you did the deal finding extravaganza.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was the same time we joined the academy. We joined on the.
Oh, so only a month ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So really, really recent.
Yeah.
That's incredible, because I feel like you've been in the family for much longer than that.
Oh yeah. We might probably have been in a Facebook group. You know.
Yeah, maybe. So you know, you've really done well. So of the 2 properties, you're making what, maybe £3,000 or so, £3,000 to £3,500 a month. So how much money did you have to put down in order to get that kind of return?
So the second one, that one that went straight out, it was ready to go. Not really much, really. Maybe like £300, maybe £500 with the TV.
Not a lot at all.
No, not money. Actually,
upfront rent.
Yeah, upfront rent. So maybe like £1.5 for that, and so £2,000 in total.
Deposit?
That's included deposit.
Okay. Fees to agents?
Maybe add another 200 on top of that, so 2,200.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe about 2,500 or just under.
Yeah.
But then to be making, you'll make that back within a month or so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So our target for Rent2SAs is to, if we put any money in, to have made that back within 6 months max.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So talk to me about, because I know there's every man and his dog at the moment is wanting to do Rent2Serviced Accommodation. Yeah. And it kind of worries me actually, guys, because people, they don't have they don't have the correct training. They're not registered or legally set up. They're just running out, taking on apartments all over the place, and then sticking them on Airbnb. And what's happening is they're not renting out, and the guests aren't booking on. They're in the wrong areas. They just do it completely wrong. And in trying to make a quick buck, because I believe that serviced accommodation is a business and it needs to be taken seriously.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know you've done a lot of research and you spent a lot of, you didn't just, you took action, but it's always the balancing act between getting the knowledge and then taking action. Some people try to get their knowledge forever and they never take action. Other people take massive action without the knowledge, and both are very dangerous. So talk to me about some of the research that you did before you took these properties on, and the setting up side of things and the due diligence. Talk to me about all that kind of stuff.
So really we're looking at local power teams, so like cleaners, getting your insurance, all that sort of stuff. For the demand side of things, we're looking on Airbnb and Booking.com. Some, like you were saying, some areas that you think might work really don't work.
Because you found some ones that looked, you could very easily on paper show the pictures. Do you know those ones that you found? Where were they? Near the
Liverpool docks.
Yeah, and you think they'd be brilliant.
Absolutely stunning properties, and you're thinking this is the perfect place. You know, right by the docks, view to the docks. How could this not work? And then you start doing your due diligence, and they just don't work. Yeah.
Why is that?
And just when you out the city centre.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like maybe it's like a 20-25 minute walk out, and that little bit of extra walking distance. You know, people could go and pay roughly the same price for maybe a slightly worse property.
You want to be closer to
and just like something a bit closer. So really, location is hugely important.
Yeah. Okay, so you do your due diligence to find out the market research. Power team, talk to me about power team, because I think that is, I mean, I see people doing rent-to-serviced accommodation, but then they end up not having the right power team, and then they're having to leave their house at all kinds of crazy times, go and let people in, and then it ends up becoming a job really, which I know is completely not what you've done. But talk to me about how you managed to find the power team members and who those people consist of.
So really through recommendations, just asking other members of the academy or other property investors we've met. So one of them was a great cleaner. We found it really hard to find a good cleaner in Liverpool, but we've met this great lady called Helen. And then the management of the keys. So we've started using KeyNest, which is going really well.
Why did you use KeyNest as opposed to putting a key safe outside?
Just one of the properties was had a key fob on the entrance, so you couldn't they couldn't get to the key safe. Yes. And we didn't want to put a key safe on the outside near some railings. Just thought it made. Didn't want to piss off the management company or anything like that. Yeah,
and it might not be safe as well.
Exactly, yeah. And then someone's got a key and they could get in, and all they've got to do is try, some of the apartments, and then they're in. So
it's these little tricks and tips, isn't it, that a lot of people could think, I can't put a key safe outside, therefore I can't run this as a rent-to-serviced accommodation property. Yeah. Tell us about KeyNest and what they do, because I think it's a fantastic service. Yeah. If I know they don't necessarily cater to it doesn't work for every single property, but talk to us about what KeyNest are, because I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. So they have like a local KeyNest locations, so like a local mini-mart or maybe like a 24/7 garage or something like that. You go there, you drop your keys off with a code, and then your client comes in, you give the client a code, they tap it into their machine, they get the keys, and then they're in.
Yeah,
it's really simple.
Yeah,
pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. How much do they charge?
It's like £20 per
month.
Yeah, maybe like £20 a month. Something
I think it is £20 a month.
Yeah,
and you just pay a small monthly fee, and what they just look after the key, don't they, in a location?
It's worth it for the security.
Really. I know, it's nothing really, and in the grand scheme of things, when you're making that much profit, it doesn't really matter.
Absolutely not. Yeah. What's been for you, Emma? What's been the biggest learning points through getting these properties set up and everything with Chris?
Basically, checking everything when you're going to view the property, because I made the mistake of going to view the first ones and I walked in and I was like, oh my God, I love it. Yeah. But the first one, the key fob, I didn't realise we needed the
KeyNest.
The code.
Oh, that
was a bit of an issue. We didn't know how we were going to resolve that.
Yeah.
Just checking everything over, making sure everything's 100% right.
Yeah, brilliant. That's great. How about for you, Chris? What's been the biggest learning points or lessons? If you were advising yourself a few months ago, what would you say?
Really, like when people say look at your goals and where you want to get to, don't just look at the obvious path. Look at how maybe you could do other things to help that path. Maybe your path that's the right way to go, but maybe you can look at these rent-to-service accommodations like I have and boost that path on. So that's really one of the biggest thing.
Have you done your launch pad with the when you first joined the academy?
No, what is
have
that?
you not? You know when you do your mentoring session when you first joined?
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
What happened there? What did your strategy change?
No, I don't think so. No. I think we were quite set on our strategy.
Yeah. Because I know your strategy was to, initially you said you wanted to save up money, buy to lets, but then you thought, actually, that's quite that's going to take a long time. To get to my goal of 150 grand, that's going to take a long time. So what is your strategy now then? What are you doing?
So we're just taking on more Rent2SAs. And then we're also, once we've got maybe a couple more and we're comfortable with it, we'll start really pressing ahead with getting these buy, refurbish, refinance deals.
And putting your money out. Yeah,
and put it into like something tangible instead of just, because I'm always quite, do get the fact that these are other people's properties, and if they, whatever reason, they don't want to do it with you anymore, they can, they can pull out or whatever.
So you want to create as much cash flow as you can, but then put that money into something that's more slow pound, where you're going to be able to actually own it.
Yeah,
so you've got
secure.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Have you made many friends on the academy yet?
Yeah, loads. Yeah.
I think just from last Tuesday. Yeah, loads.
Honestly, I think this is one of the best things. I even sometimes just want to post it in the group, like how much I love working with in the academy.
Everybody's so friendly.
Yeah, like we had a problem. We've had a few problems, haven't we? Really, as everyone does. And you're phoning Courtney up, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it.
Courtney's
everything's
amazing.
fine." Really helping you through it. Jack's really friendly. You're great. If everybody's brilliant. So it's really like a real family. That's what I love about it. Yeah.
Because I think you're the makeup of the people you spend the most time with.
Oh, of course,
And I think it's so important to have. If you want to be financially free, but you haven't got any friends that are financially free, all your friends are in jobs, but you want to be, then you can't really expect to become financially free. So I think that it's so important to have people around you that are cheering you on.
Absolutely,
Even trying to explain it to our friends, nobody understands.
No.
So
how have your friends taken it? What have people in your your family and stuff? What do they think of you doing this?
Well, my family's very supportive.
My family don't really get it.
But they're supportive.
They're supportive, but again, they just think you save up all your life for a house.
They're supportive of you, but they just don't get.
They don't get it.
No. And some of the even some of my friends who I think might get it, they just don't. And they're looking out for you. It's just that they don't understand. So,
And what when you say don't get it, how would you explain that it? Like what don't they get?
There's all those different avenues.
Yeah, I think they think like the sort of the old way thinking. You need to put money into a pension, and I get that, but this is like.
But that was my way of thinking just 4 weeks ago.
You don't know, the way I explain it to them is like you don't know what is going to happen to that pension. Yeah. Like it sounds secure, but really at the end of the day, some people, it happens quite a lot. The companies reduce that pension, or you can't pay into it as well, or
you're getting it when we're 95.
Exactly. So for me, and us really, I suppose, is because we're working. This is our business. This is our pension. We control it all. Yeah. It's a lot more secure for us. Yeah. And a lot better. Yeah.
What's your strongest reason why? Why are you really doing this?
I'd say also for security. I think security is the one. Yeah.
I'm enjoying doing something together.
Yeah.
We've both got our own different businesses, and it's just nice to.
We've got a slightly insane goal of 10 years' time. We want to be in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to live in Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Have you visited there?
I have.
No, we just watch video. Well, you have. I have. Just watching all these videos every morning. So.
Yeah. Like goal videos. It sounds crazy, but you've got to have like a big goal to go for, haven't you?
So why Beverly Hills?
Just looks amazing. Like the houses are brilliant, and they've got like all these. It just looks like every day is like a holiday.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So what do you think is next for you? How many serviced accommodation properties are you going to get before you start then putting the money into your own portfolio?
I think this is kind of hard for us to say. We're kind of still testing the waters.
Yeah.
So depending on how tough we find to manage these, because they're always going to take some management.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 or 3 more on top of these 2.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you've been making the sort of money that we've talked about in January.
Yeah.
Because we all know January is the quiet month.
Yeah.
And January is the month when, I mean, that's pretty impressive. You must have found a real goldmine area.
Yeah.
How did you come to finding the area? How did you choose the area? And I mean, you live in Manchester, your patch is Liverpool, but not just Liverpool, but a particular area.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
Just lots of research, really, and speaking to letting agents and just really just putting yourself out there, going for it, and then you just learn it. And it's insane, really. Like these tiny areas will work amazingly well, but then just a little bit out of it just works okay. But if you pick well, you get really.
And how do you pick well? So you say speak to letting agents.
Yeah.
So any letting agent or a particular type of letting agent? What do you say to them?
We used kind of a butchered version of your script, and we just because we were
you did it very well, actually. You did it very well. But go on.
My first one, I didn't.
It was funny. But yeah, because we thought, these letting agents, we just want to get to the point. So instead of going through a lot of the spiel, we just said, look, really upfront what we're doing.
Which is what we do, right?
Yeah.
Which is so tell us what you say. So I'm the letting agent. You ring me. What's the first thing? I don't know you from Adam.
Yeah.
I answer the phone. What do you say?
So we just took inspiration from your financial freedom video, wasn't it? We just kind of copied what you say. We were like, so we'd phone you up and say, oh, hi, my name's Chris. I usually buy and rent houses, but I also rent out apartments and as short-term lets. Do you have anybody who could benefit from this? And go through the benefits for them, really.
Yeah. And that way, if they're not interested, if they go, oh, well, we don't do that, then you've wasted 20 seconds of your time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go and view the property first and try and get in through the back door, you can end up wasting so much time.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think the reason you guys have been so successful is because you've just followed exactly the script. You've obviously seen the Financial Freedom Challenge, you've been inspired by that, but then you come to the training, you're on the academy. If you get stuck, you ask people on the academy. You ask me, you were on the front row at Lead Generation Mastery, asking the questions. And I think that's the reason probably you've been so successful so far, which is fantastic. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just really using all your resources to your advantage, and the academy is brilliant. The people in it are, as we were saying, just so good. So helpful. We would probably got a bit further, got almost as far, but maybe we would have had a lot more problems, and maybe we'd had to take the foot off the gas because we wouldn't be able to answer talk to you guys to answer all the questions if we weren't part of the academy. But because we are,
the thing is, the academy is an investment, so it's not a cost; it's an investment.
Yeah.
You've invested in yourself, and then it's paying off in dividends. So you can try and cut corners and you can try and cheapskate it, but if you want to be an IT consultant, you can either try and figure it out on your own, which is hard, or you just get the professional training and then get results. So if you want to be a doctor or a hairdresser or a cook, you need to do the training, which is what you've done. So, and I think you can start by watching YouTube videos and reading books, but ultimately, if you're not around people and you're not actually doing it in a community, I think it's really, really difficult.
The academy, these Rent2SA deals will pay for those in 4 or 5 months. So
exactly.
Easily,
that's our 12-month program paid for in 5 months.
Yeah.
Just with these
and no one can ever take away the knowledge from you either.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
No one can take that from you. So. No, that's great. So how do you manage your time then? Because you're running a business, you're an IT consultant, very very busy job, quite a high pressure job, I imagine.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
So how do you've set up these properties with very little money. We're talking £2,000 for kind of money to set up a property. You've had to put a lot of time into it. How have you found the time to do that?
Well, we just literally spend every spare minute looking at them and trying to systemize as much as possible.
So what kind of sacrifices have you had to make over the last few months?
Going out eating as often.
I don't play Xbox anymore.
You don't what, sorry?
I don't play my Xbox anymore.
Right. No, so you used to play your Xbox?
Yeah, I've not even thought about it actually until a couple of weeks ago.
Lots of sacrifices.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. Just going all out. Yeah.
That's interesting. So you've stopped playing on the Xbox,
Yeah.
going out and eating out and different things, and now you're kind of just...
We know it's a temporary thing, it's not...
Yeah, of course it's temporary, but it will pay off, it is.
Yeah.
It's already paid off in dividends.
Yeah.
So how long are you do you plan on working really hard on the property business for before, beginning to...
I don't know.
As long as possible, really.
Knowing me, I'll just keep
at least until you have the money to move to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
at least £150,000.
Swimming pool.
Yeah. So IT consultants. Why do you think we have so many IT consultants turning to property at the moment?
Well, a lot of them earn quite good money, and they won't be spending it all. So, they'll be looking at ways they can invest that money, because a lot of them do want to invest their money for the future. And also this government legislation called IR35 that's it's coming into a stronger force in next April. So they're currently in the public sector, they changed it from the contractor having to disclose if they were IR35 compliant, inside IR35 or outside of IR35, whereas now they put it on the company. So the NHS, for instance, they will blanket say everyone who works for us is inside the IR35. So that these IT consultants are getting taxed heavily, almost more than a full-time employee. And so in April next year, it's looking likely that they'll bring that to the private sector as well. So we don't know what's going to happen. They may do this blanket. All the private companies might blanket again, say, yep, you're all inside IR35. At which point, we'll get taxed a lot more and lose a lot of money. Yeah.
So there's probably a lot of uncertainty amongst your peers as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
I bet a lot of your peers are watching with interest or even intrigue potentially, because if in April the rules change and you suddenly get massively taxed, you won't be affected so much because you've got a property income coming in. Yeah. But for some people that are living off of that salary, it's going to really hurt, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, huge amounts. It goes, they'll be getting taxed 20 to 25% more straight away. And a lot of my friends who are in consultants, they're already talking about going full time, because it's better to be full time. You get all the benefits.
I guess no job is safe, really, is it?
No.
We grow up to think pay off the mortgage as quickly as possible, get a good job for life, retire, get a pension. But actually, these things aren't necessarily sensible, really. They seem sensible, but it's more sensible to have a business, be an entrepreneur, to invest in property yourself, which is what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're in control then. Whereas if you put it to a company, that you really rely on them to give you all the benefits. And if they decide to take them away, and it has, lots of companies do that sometimes, especially when there's like a credit crunch or something like that, they get affected. So,
well, if you don't control your own life and control your own economy, someone else will.
Yeah.
And if someone else is controlling your finances and your future, that's not a very pleasant thought, really.
No, not at all. No, because you're just thinking what could happen. You just don't know, do you? So
and I think the key is to probably get educated, because the reason people can't take responsibility of their own life and their own finances is because they don't understand how to invest. They don't understand business. They don't understand entrepreneurship. They don't understand property. So they just think, oh, I'll just get a pension. I'll just have a job because it's safe. So, I mean, do you think the key really is to get educated?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, specifically for IT, you're talking $5-6 grand for one course, and it might not bring that much more, money in really. Yeah. Whereas, like, some like the academy, not too much more than that, but that's a massive. Yeah. You're set for life then, changing. Instead of just like having one course. So, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Presumably, you're offsetting the costs of your education that you're spending on property against your property business as well. So all the training costs that you're investing are tax deductible, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic.
That's one way we've invested into property, actually, because we're self-employed. We can do intercompany loans in between.
Okay, so how does that work?
Basically, the money comes into company A, and you just do a loan from company A to your property company, and at some point you need to pay that back. And we're going through the accountants at the moment to set up some sort of holding company. I don't really understand, but they do.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you do it. So yeah, you can put that money into the property company. It's still got to pay tax on through the IT company, but yeah, it's just directly instead of you have to draw it out and pay tax on it and then put it back in.
Yes.
So you save a lot of money on tax.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I also think that knowledge is important, but network as well.
Yeah.
Having people like good accountants, solicitors, to be able to make the business work and happen. It's not about being really smart yourself, but having smart people around you is really important too.
Yeah, yeah. Those accountants, when I met them, I was like, I don't understand what you're saying, but it sounds like gold. Let's go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what advice would you give then to someone that was watching this video that was considering setting up a business, a property business, or being an entrepreneur that wanted to take control of their own future and finances? What advice would you give them their first steps?
To really educate yourself. It's a classic thing to say, but you don't want to start setting all these things up or do it wrong and then really screw yourself over. So if you just pay a small amount, or even go on a free crash course like yours, you'll be so far ahead and you'll be so more prepared than if you didn't do that. So education is key, really. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I think a lot of people say that, but the reason they say it is because it's so true.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so true.
Yeah. I mean, I would, like you were saying, you wouldn't expect someone to go into IT security without any training. So why go into property without any training? Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, I really appreciate you coming down. It's been
so
very, very enlightening hearing from you. And look forward to working with you for the next 11 months and hopefully beyond. All right, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, thanks very
Thank you, Emma. My name's Samuel Leeds. Thank you for watching Winners on a Wednesday. Every single week, we interview our success students for your inspiration. You can watch more right here on the playlist. There's a whole playlist of them. But what you'll notice is every single winner on a Wednesday, it always starts with them coming to my 2-day crash course. So if you would like to be a winner on a Wednesday, literally come on my crash course, and who knows, in 3 months' time, you could be here in my offices on this show as a winner on a Wednesday. So get yourself booked on the crash course, watch more, have fun. I'll see you next week.